How's it going, everyone? My name is Cornchip, and welcome back to Vision Quest. This might be a very weird episode because as I ended the last episode, I kind of realized, oh, I might be able to end this chapter now, and then, I don't know, the ending might take a long time anyway, so the whole thing is, Festin charged me at the end of last episode, which I was not expecting, and the objective is just defeat Festin, so if I can kill him now, that seems like that would indeed end the chapter. I kind of doubt I could put him to sleep, but like, might as well try it. I have a chance to hit. It's not a good chance, but it is a chance. No, not lightning. I don't know if Storch's like charm thing affects sleep. I don't think it did. Okay, so, you know, I might as well use this. I think it's worth it. Maybe I should have turned on our animations for that, but oh well, I didn't. Alright, so what I'm thinking is I can definitely bust this down and get some units from here over to the fight as well, like Titus. Is it a good idea? Again, I don't really know. He has a 1% chance to die if I do this. Excuse me. And yeah, he can't be crit, I remember that. So this could bring him down if I hit and don't get killed. Would bring him down to 50. And then what? I only have a hand axe, which isn't great. And I can't get effective damage on him like with my awesome sword or whatever. What does this guy have? The rune thing. Ah yes, the rune thing! I might be making really dumb decisions because... I mean, I don't know. Festin charged me and I kind of feel like it's now or never or I'm gonna lose someone. So let's see what Storch can do. Alright, Storch can do some pretty good damage. I'm gonna commit this, and they probably have special dialogue. You too choose to fight against me? I cannot be defeated, if I have nothing left to lose. You, with nothing? Come on, Emperor, don't play me the fool. Look at this here castle, look at your soldiers. You have a heck of a lot more than average folk. Especially in your own empire, you know? Don't go on saying you've got nothing. What one has is relative to their station. I will not compare myself to a commoner. If that's how you feel about the people you serve in this empire, then I guess there ain't no sense in talking. Emperor Festin, draw your blade. He doesn't have a blade. Let's end this. Silly Storch, he doesn't have a blade. You stupid idiot. Alright, Sigrid might be able to do something good. We'll see. Yeah, she can just straight up kill him. Should I let her? I think I want to see Titus dialogue first. Oh, Titus could actually... Oh, no, he couldn't. Oh, but Titus could die. I don't know if it's worth risk, even if it's a 1% chance. I don't know if it's worth it. So instead, let's maybe have him just attack Fredericks because he can. I didn't expect it'd come down to this. I've stuck by the Emperor through thick and thin. We won't go down without a fight. Oh, nothing special for Titus. And Titus gets the crit. So sorry, Fredericks, you are gone. Oof, I suppose my chickens have come home to roost. Emperor Festin, you are the real. The real Emperor? Is that what you were gonna say? Was there some switcheroo the whole time and he's always been the real one? Excuse me? What's happening? I guess I'll never know, or maybe I will after I kill this guy. Oh, they don't get special dialogue? That's kind of a bummer. Alright, I really hope the level ends after this, because if it doesn't, I might be in trouble. And Sigrid just dodges. Sigurd's the true protagonist, like I said. And so it ends. Festin, is this how you felt in your final moments? No matter. Michael, I'll join you soon. Again, I know that might be like Mikhail, but I'm just saying Michael. Alright, Sigrid, I almost wish this was like level 20, because, she hasn't max defense yet, or HP for that matter, come on. At least I don't think she has. We did it. It's finally over. Yeah, this episode might be a weird one, like I said. Good, let's go home. Now, Vagelis, we can't leave just yet. Besides, I'm sure there will be a grand party to celebrate. I mean, cousin, think of the women in ale that await. You realize we are tried and true heroes now, don't you? Heroes? I suppose I can stomach the capital better with an ale. So it's really over? We won? Truly, you mean it? Brother, you two alright? Better now that we're done fighting. Is Lara right? Is it really all over? Yeah, let me go talk to Lord Titus. Oh boy, what could go wrong here? And so he lies, dead. Blood spilling from your stomach, lying there without life. Is this the fate of all who seek to hold such power? Does it always invite such a gruesome end? Emperor Festin, there was a hesitation in your movements, a hitch in your swing. There was something holding you back. I suspect that you never wanted any of this either. I could see the fear in your eyes. Nowhere to go, but to die and hope for redemption in the afterlife. Perhaps now you, too, can find peace. Whatever secrets you sought to protect are taken with you to the grave. I mean, Horvath is still an issue, but we'll see what happens. Lord Titus! Ah, Storch, how do you fare? It's over. We won. It is. All the fighting we have been through together, culminating in this grand display, an epic climax if ever there was. Surely this will be the subject of a tall tale or a novella. Wouldn't you say? At the very least, I'd expect a three-act, nay, four-act play. I don't think what we did was all that interesting. I'm just glad it's over. And I as well, Storch. So what happens now? Do you just become emperor? Don't really get how any of this works. That is to be discussed. The battle on the field is over, but our battle in the court. It is only beginning, and it will be a long, arduous road. I have no doubt that there are loyalists to Festin that linger, and amongst the others that remain, concessions will be made. The path, it is clear in my mind, but the road is treacherous. Sounds like it. And you, Storch. I will grant you the gold promised to you and your comrades. But for all of your exploits, displays of valor and bravery, I would be a selfish fool to not offer you land and a title. You could become a noble, and your children too would hold great power and influence. You will be a noble statesman, Storch. Lord Storchinski! Lord Titus, that's a gracious offer, but it isn't really something I... Nonsense. Lord Storchinski. It's quite robust, is it not? Do you not like the sound of it? I sound like a hapless dweeb. Look, Lord Titus, all that, it's not what I'm looking for. I got into this whole mess to get myself out of it. I'm glad the fighting's done, but I want my money, and I want to go home. Back on the farm with family. You were too modest, Storch. Surely you jest. I know in my outburst earlier, you mentioned this, but I thought it only an emotional display. You truly deny such power, such prestige, privilege? Yeah, I would. If having power means going through what we went through again, you can count me the heck out. I'd rather be back at home doing honest work. And not have to worry. Not about any of this. Huh. Ha ha ha. Lord Titus, you are truly something, Storch. Your loyalty and resolve are infallible, and yet you seek nothing in return. You are a most admirable character. I am glad to have you as a friend. Oh, thank God he's calling him a friend. Please, at least accept extra funds as a token of my thanks. And Storch, if you change your mind, you know where to find me. Thanks. I'll stick around for the week, but I'll be heading home after that. If you need me till then, don't hesitate to come find me. Storch, I fear a man with no selfish desire, a man left unwanting. I pray we always remain allies. I do too. That's really up to you, Titus, I think. Still talking like that, my lord? Ah, Helga. I apologize. Am I speaking to myself too loudly? There is nothing to fear. No one else is within earshot. That's comforting. So, Helga, what will you do now? Well, Lord Titus, or should I say Emperor, I'm leaving. I stick to my word. Make a decision and see it through, right? I did my job. Helga, is there anything I can do? To not have you here, it would be a great loss to me. To you? Pardon me for being blunt, but it's always about you, Lord Titus. Helga, There's nothing left. I will go my own way. I'm sure one of the others can take my place. It won't be as good, but it's better than no one. Alright, Helga, I'm sorry. Perhaps I was too harsh, too untrusting. But you see the rewards, the fruit of our labor. My labor? But what do I get out of it? You always talk about being a man of the people, but you only focus on the man, never the people. Helga, no! Helga. No matter, there will be others. Yes, many will be willing to work alongside me. Whoa, hello, friends. Hey, you're supposed to be dead. Lord Titus, it's over. Very well done. Everyone, do not discredit yourself, my good man. This is a momentous victory for not just me, but everyone. You got that right. Now then, we should get down to business. There's a lot that hangs in the balance right now. 2 states are leaderless, and Lord Sostrom is dead. Lady Sigrid, will you take the throne of Lomsk? Yes, I will do my best to build a state my father would be proud of. And I'll be right by your side, milady. Excellent, most excellent. A new era of Nevinese tradition awaits. This will be a golden age, spoken of in legends. Chief Wally! Ah, Storch, how are you? Should ask you the same thing. I'm glad it's all over. Indeed. Justice is served, and yet... And yet what? While we may be victorious today, the future is uncertain. The future is always uncertain. I never would have guessed we'd be here, after all. That is true, Storch. Tell me, what are your plans now? I'm gonna head home. I'm ready for things to go back to normal. You will not stay by Lord Titus's side? Surely he will need your support legitimizing his rule. That really isn't my thing. I told Lord Titus I wanted to go, and he got me. I respect that about you, Storch. You always stand by how you feel, your ideals. It's admirable. I too will return home and rebuild what was destroyed. Thankfully, the war did not wage within our borders for long. When do you depart? Not yet. I must stay here. First, I will need to sign a peace treaty with Lord Titus. While such formalities are not necessary in my homeland, I suspect it will be important, if only symbolically. I suppose I will be here for at least a few more weeks. I see. Makes sense. Indeed. Storch, please remember you are welcome to Kuching, always. Thanks, Chief. Same to you. If you ever find yourself in Bolaro, you'd have plenty of places to stay. Can't promise you the royal treatment or anything fancy, but it'll be nice. I can guarantee that. Thank you, Storch. I have learned a lot on this journey. I'm grateful to have met you. Likewise. I don't get why Nevin and Kuching always have problems. You and your soldiers are a great group of folks, better than most. Not everyone is like you or I. Many are fearful of the unknown. Those that live differently seemingly threaten your own way of life. Or at least, that is how some may see it, those less open. This is true not only of the Nevinese that started this war, but of Kuching as well. They love the old ways. They are skeptical to move forward, but this I wrestle with. How do you mean? While I value our traditions, Kuching is at risk. Our warriors are both brave and true. However, if we look backwards, we may never be able to move forward as a country. Perhaps I can change from within, but it will not be easy to do. I see what you mean. Changing to keep up. It's a good thought, Chief, but just remember, stay true to what's important to you. Indeed, I will. Take care, Storch. I hope our paths do cross again. Yes, would be nice to share an ale, not as comrades, but just as pals. Maybe someday. Perhaps sooner than you think. How do you mean, Chief? I'll have a clearer sense after peace talks are over. But there is still much that weighs on my mind. Topics I have not fully formed my opinions on just yet. I apologize if that answer isn't what you were expecting, Storch. I think I get it. Thanks, Chief. My advice is to keep your wits about you. You may never know when you'll need to pick up arms again. When this happens, do not hesitate to find me. Thank you. I'll remember that, Chief. Wally, shall we arrange camp for the evening? I'm sure everyone can stay in the castle tonight since we won and all. Much nicer than being out in the cold, I'd say. That would be nice. Come on, Ketut. Let's gather the others. Storch, I will see you soon. Be well. Alright, and so ends the war. After a year of fighting, Lord Titus emerges victorious in his conquest against Emperor Festin. With the aid of Chief Wally, his fellow lords of state, and his many companions, he crowns himself emperor. With Lord Darien and Lord Alexander dead, he carves up their territories to Lord Laurie of Offenloch and the newly crowned Sigrid of Lomsk in order to win approval as emperor. Emperor Titus quickly signs a peace treaty with Chief Wally, who returns home a hero and ascends to a new post as head of foreign relations for Kuching, as he pushes to modernize their government and way of life. Emperor Titus promises to rebuild the land and focused on reparations to areas most affected by the war, including families that were separated by Festin's jailing practices. Although Helga has left him, others from Bolaro stay on, and a new imperial army emerges. Emperor Titus offers Storch a position of great import, including the throne of Bolaro, which he promptly rejects. Storch, doing more than he set out to do, eagerly begins his long journey home. Is the gang all here? Yes, we are all accounted for. Arcady is late. Figures. Sorry I'm late. You wouldn't believe the time I had getting here. Spare us your tale, cousin. The unsavory watering holes you visit are of no interest. You wound me, cousin. It was a fine establishment. She was no common whore, but a fine courtesan. She sings, dances, cooks, cleans, everything you could want. That sounds nothing like a quiet evening with a book. All right, we should get going. Yes, I miss my father so dearly. It will be grand to see him. It will be nice to return to Rask with no worries. Brother! Marlon, you alright? Yeah, I'm just excited to go home and rest for a bit. A bit? Yeah, just a little while. Brother, I'm going to save the orphans with Lara. And Sage Vernon. It feels like a nice thing to do, and just think of those orphans. Brother, while I selfishly wish you could stay by my side, and heck, have you help out on the farm, I know this means a lot to you. Go and be safe, you hear? Brother, I'm grateful. I hope Mom and Dad will feel the same way. You know how grumpy he gets. It's hard to argue with saving the orphans. Yeah, that's true. Just thinking of those poor little old orphans. Ain't got nobody. Brother, let's go home. You betcha! The journey home was long, but largely uneventful. As the Balarans neared their homes, the scent of the ocean breeze filled their noses and eased their weary spirits. On the final evening of their journey, Storch and Esfer engaged in a conversation. Why didn't you support me? Storch. Esfer, everything alright? You've been quiet this whole trip. Do you ever think about what caused all this to happen? Why Emperor Festin worked so closely with those dastardly fellows? He had a secret to keep. According to Cassius, he wasn't the true heir, so he was blackmailed into helping them out. But beyond that, why would they care? A dark cult doing mind control experiments? What is the endgame here? I cannot rest easy just yet. You're right. Maybe there's still more to be uncovered. Stones left turnover and the like. And Lord Titus, he was so eager to resort to violence, all to take the throne for himself. I fear what power will do to him. He had only been Lord of State for a few short months prior to this. As long as he doesn't do anything stupid, we will be okay, right? I hope so. But I just have lingering questions about all of this. I fear this is not the last we will see of the Order. Well, I sure hope so. I'm tired of those guys. Well, besides Cassius, he was a nice guy. But heck, this whole thing was exhausting. I pray your optimism is well-founded, Storch. But we may never know for sure. You know, Esfer, if I've learned anything on this journey, it's that sometimes you just gotta accept there will be uncertainty. There will be gray areas. I've learned there ain't no such thing as good and bad. It's all in how we choose to react. I can't live worrying about such stuff. That's kind of what I wanted to comment about the story. They did a good job of just like, there really isn't that much true evil. It's just like, you know, it's kind of the whole, not everything's black and white. It's just a lot of gray. I will say, I think Horvath and his section of the Order, pretty evil though. I don't think that can be argued. But like, Festin, I don't think was like super evil and yada yada. Anyway, I just want to do what I can to make the most of the time I have. That's all. Perhaps so, Storch. But remember, when that day comes, will you be ready to take up arms again? Yeah. But for now, let's try to enjoy ourselves. I can only control so much in the world around me. Plus, we're almost back at home. After all this hard work, I reckon even towing the fields will feel like a breeze now. Yes, we'll soon be indulging in the simpler pleasures. Anyway, keep an eye out. The others should be here soon. I know they went to gather materials to prep for the last camp. Oh, if it isn't the noble Lady of Lomsk, Lady Esfer, and the King of Bolaro, Lord Storchinski himself in the flesh. I gotta say, not many people would so boldly refuse such a title. Well, you know me, Arcady. I never wanted any of that. I've seen enough of that world to know I want no part in it anymore. Fair enough. I'm just glad I won't have to shake my fist at you when you raise taxes on me. It'll be easier to do so when the person doing it isn't a dear friend. Lord Titus, Emperor Titus, agreed to keep taxes in Bolaro low. My understanding is that they are sorting out how to carve up these lands, but I suspect Lord Lori will oversee them. So she'll be Lord of 3 states? She made out pretty well, I'd say. But these are concessions that Emperor Titus had to make in order to legitimize his rule. Had he not, he could have been challenged. Bah, politics. Remind me to never think about any of that again. You said it. Vagalus, how was the hunt? See for yourself, cousin. Tonight, we dine on venison over an open flame. Venison? You're the real hero of this tale, cousin. I'd beg to differ. Esper got us a great deal on kegs from the capital. We'll have enough ale to open our own pub. Hey, now that's an idea. Old Storch can grow some barley for us. We can start a business. Arcadian Friends Pub. A place where the ale is as fine as the women. Somehow I don't think they'll buy it. Come on, let's get the fire going. Sure, let me help out with that. I'll help you skin it, Vagalus. Thanks. Allow me to assist as well. Storch, wait just a moment. What is it, Esper? Before we join the others, there's something I must tell you. Huh? Sure, I'm all ears. There's something I suspected for many years, and I think I may have, through our journey, unraveled a mystery. I want to tell you something that you probably didn't know. It happened when I was in Balti over 15 years ago. Wait, what? What? I was literally about to comment how I don't know what Esper's deal is, because she was kind of weird about all the nobles and stuff. Oh, that's a weird visual glitch. So yeah, I think I saw people mentioning that there was going to be a sequel, and that doesn't surprise me. I don't know what all those last chapters there were. Alright, well, here we go. Heckin' Honeydew. Honeydew was proud of her contributions after the journey. She went home and started her own chicken farm before the itch for adventure scratched her again. A keeper of secrets, yeah, I'll say. Esper briefly returned to Bolaro but left a few months later. She went west and was not seen or heard from for many years. Saint Batari, I don't even remember her really. Batari set out to heal Kuching after the damage wrought by Nevin. She traveled to bring aid to families. She would posthumously be anointed as a saint. Arcady the Handsome, he died. Yeah, so he was wounded but remained until the end, yeah. Menahan the Exemplar. Menahan returned to Offenloch and continued his service under Lord Lorry. He became the General of Offenloch and was known by the soldiers for his discipline and tough training. Alright, 100 wins. Vagelis the Stoic. Vagelis returned to his mother and sister. Oh yeah, wasn't his sister sick or something? With the gold he earned, his family lived in comfort. He still chose to hunt small game, saying he loved being out alone, early in the morning. Natsuko, Speedwings. Natsuko returned to Mahala, where she became a member of the Queen's Guard. Oh yeah, the Queen was super cool. While she was no slouch in combat, she was most famous for the speed she relayed messages across Yaska. Or Yaska, however you say it. Hello, Jay, the Wanderer. Jay left knighthood behind and chose to follow her artistic passion. She traveled around selling pottery, paintings, and even learned to play the guitar. She was happy. Good. Celan Offenloch's blade, so she did not leave knighthood. Celan returned to Offenloch, where she stayed as a sword instructor. She and her pupils studied the art of mounted sword fighting, and eventually opened a school. I don't remember her having, like, black armor. Heck yeah, Onisim the Atoned. Onisim went to Mahala after the war. Oh, he doesn't get an ending, do he? He established a church in a port town, and was famous for his listening abilities. Troubled individuals would line up to confess their issues, and seek forgiveness. Yay, Onisim. Cygnus the Forest Dweller? I really don't remember you either. This is like Mael's dad or something? Cygnus decided to leave the comfort of his forest behind. He moved to Moston, where he consulted the military on herbs and plants to use to survive in tough conditions. Nazar, he got 101 wins. Jovial seafarer. He couldn't bear to be away from the sea any longer after the war. He put his pirating ways behind him, but used his knowledge of the oceans to become a prominent pilot. Oh, alright then. There's Mael, didn't use her at all. Through her father's encouragement, Mael struck out on her own. She moved to a rural town and tended to ill and injured animals. Oh, nice! She was a loner, but content. When you got animals, who needs people? The Loyal Trader? That's quite the title. Erasmus stayed in Balti to assist Emperor Titus rebuild the Imperial Army. He became a military advisor. When asked why he didn't take an offer to become the general, he said he could never take Bromhilde's role. Yeah, I can see it. Lovable Drunkard, 104 wins. Shri returned to Kuching, but struggled to adapt after his life on the road. His culture shock moved him to alcoholism, which claimed his life. What? What? That's a horrible ending! What the heck? Here's Radislav, the studious sage. Radislav wrote a book detailing the war and his adventures. It became a definitive account of this conflict, studied by many for years to come. You weren't even here for most of it. Yeah, she just actually died. Saruni, the feared huntress. I am so sorry, Saruni. Oh, Ruckus died too. I totally forgot about him. Changed man, but not really because he died. Okay, it says he died, but he had dialogue after his death, I'm pretty sure, so I don't buy that. Bosco, Guardian Spear, 78 wins. Bosco returned to his post at Port Hilda. He became a captain of the town guard, and a popular figure in the town. When he was old, he ran for mayor and won. I'm not getting a lot of coupled endings so far. Actually, I don't think I've had any. Reslin, the aimless drifter. Reslin, having made enough gold to last him for some time, took to the skies. He traveled around with his wyvern pal, Papillion, until he passed away years later. Reslin never fully got over the loss. I don't blame him. Osain, the young wizard that I also didn't use at all. Osain never went back to Bolaro after the war. She was determined to pursue her own path in life. Her whereabouts are unknown. Oh yeah, isn't she like Bosco's sister? Oh no, I'm sorry, Cashew fan, EB Games employee. He died. Yeah. Onwin, the resolute oath taker. Onwin returned to Orbro and was anointed the divine bishop of the Church of Light. She wrote a memoir of her travels, which helped her earn the love of Orbroans. Zoya, surpassing sister. I forgot about that whole subplot. She stayed by Emperor Titus' side and became general of the Imperial Army. She worked hard to be a general that would have made her sister proud. Yeah, Steina, however you say it, you're super cool. She returned to Moston, where she continued in service of Duke Moston. While she was well known for her stern gaze, with age, she learned to smile and enjoy life. That's good. Onderdonk Curry Lover. Yeah, that sounds about right. Onderdonk moved to Kuching immediately after the war, where he learned to cook his new favorite dish, curry. He became a loved local figure. Yay, Lori, the Lord of Offenlock. Lori became Lord of Offenlock, now encompassing Horshad and Bolaro. The latter she kept largely as is, for she knew Storch would certainly confront her. Probably smart. Dewey the Forgiven. She returned to Kuching, where she was forgiven for her crimes. She became more involved in the clergy and helped troubled youths through religion. I maybe should have paired you with Shri, so you could have, saved him from alcoholism. Susanna, Iron Will. Susanna left the army behind after the war, not finding Emperor Titus a compelling figure to serve. She became a mercenary in border towns near her hometown in Lobsk. Okay, cool, I guess. Cajon, or Cajon, affable duke. Cajon returned to Moston to find himself busier than ever. He started a family shortly after, and bore a son. He maintained his carefree spirit well into his old age. Hollis, someone I really didn't use at all, Purple Bear. After the war, Hollis stayed on as Imperial Knight Captain. His reputation for his gargantuan strength on the battlefield earned him both respect and fear from new recruits and veterans alike. Otillie, the Loving Thief. I really wanted to use you, but people said no, use Esper, and I did. Otillie returned to Bolaro, where she cared for her father until his death. Afterwards, she became a spy, and no one has seen her since. I hope that means she's just very successful and not, dead. Oh, she's wounded, so she's still alive. Cool. Sorry, Kusuma. Bulan, the Chief's Eyes. She got 23 wins? Nice. Bulan returned to Kuchi, where she continued to serve as a spiritual advisor to Chief Wally. It was said her powers helped avoid conflict of great peril, except for the most mundane and obvious. Duck, seabound drifter, barely used you. Duck returned to his homeland, Moston, where he drifted around for a few years before meeting a woman and settling down. He became a fisherman in a small port in Moston, but dreamed of traveling again. So why didn't you? I guess because you had a wife now. Freya was super cool, but I also didn't use her at all. She was like Gunnar but axe. Freya went back to her village where she returned a hero. She was mayor for a time, but felt ill-suited for the role. She vanished without a trace. Okay then. Mango, the orange scorn. She was also kinda cool, but didn't really have a place for her in my army either. Mango left the army soon after the war, saying she much preferred fighting in the arena. With her earnings, she returned to Freya and opened her own arena, cultivating the next generation of pit fighters. That's a good ending. Dreyfus, budding merchant. Nothing with his brother? Dreyfus returned to Freya and leveraged his network from his sea trade days to start his own business. He made enough to support his family, and that was more than enough for him. Does that include Michael? Sarka, the florist knight. Someone I didn't really use. She left knighthood after the war. She chose instead to follow her passions and became a florist. Makes sense? Many knights wore her flowers in their hair to honor her service. That's really cool. Lehos, Osterk's pride. Lehos returned home to the Osterk dwelling a hero, and history would regard him as one of the most prominent Osterk of the age, with this role leading to improved relations. Makes sense. Tien, the wandering monk. Tien was particularly concerned with the rise of the dark cult, yeah, that makes sense, and the impact it made on his friends, and in Nevin. He left for Orbro to uncover more, but was never heard from again. Did you end up dying, Tien? Michael, the jazz flutist. Or isn't it supposed to be like flautist or something? Michael returned home to Freyang and was met with begrudging acceptance. His brother helped smooth things over, and in time, Michael became a popular showman, known for his jazz tunes. Okay, cool. Gunnar, lost enigma. Oh no, I don't want it. This is gonna be sad, isn't it? Gunnar quickly disappeared after the war ended. Something weighed on his mind, but he never dared to share it. His whereabouts are unknown. Okay, so he's not dead. Hokulani, I totally forgot about her, forever loyal. Hokulani continued in service of Queen Akela of Mahala after the war. She would bear 3 children, all girls, who would follow in their mother's footsteps. She remained stern, but with a kind heart. I wish I could have used you, Naya the Contented. Contented. Although she missed Augustin, she eventually grew content. She continued working in ports as a hired sword, and would go on to start a family of her own. Okay, good for her, she moved on. Oh yeah, Zul. Forgot about him too, headstrong warrior. Zul returned to Kuching, where he served in Wali's guard. While strong and feared, he was still reckless. He died from his wounds in a skirmish. Alright, cool, I guess he's dead. Great. Vernon the Wise. Vernon traveled around the continent helping troubled youths and orphans discover their penchant for magics. He seldom thought of himself, and died happy, surrounded by friends. Cool, good ending. Good death ending. There's Zack, the hermit sage. Zack returned to his mountain home, where he much preferred the peace and quiet of nature to war. His friends visited him occasionally, and he was always a gracious host. Except Zul, he died. Ketut, the rebel cleric. Ooh. Ketut left the church, relieved of her vows. She married Wali and bore 5 children, 4 boys and 1 girl. She was a pillar of support for Wali as Kuching prospered. I guess the Game Boy games might not have had paired endings? I don't remember. Sigrid, Lord of Lomsk. Sigrid became Lord of Lomsk. Despite her youth, she matured to suit her new role. She became popular with the people, and erected monuments to honor her late father. True protagonist right there. Cassius the Mysterious Druid. After the war, Cassius was unconvinced that Horvath was defeated. Yeah, he's not, and continued in pursuit of him. He vanished and has not been seen since. Are all the people vanishing just dead? Kier, knight and husband, he got a good amount of wins. Kier returned home to Lomsk after the war, where he lived with his wife. He stayed a captain of the garrison, and when asked about promotions, he said he enjoyed his simple pleasures more. Wally, the man of the people. Wally's exploits in the war led him to becoming a key point person in relations with Nevin. As other chiefs passed on, he united their territories, and Kuching became unified for the first time in centuries. Anissa, skilled archer, yeah, she really helped me out a lot in Act 3. Anissa, despite learning of her past, chose to remain in Kuching. She continued to perfect her skill with a bow, and became an instructor for young archers and soldiers. Oh my god, they do have an ending together! People's champion and famous daughter. While they reconciled their friendship, romance was out of the question. Larissa took over her father's business, and Storch took over the family farm. The two remained cordial. That's so not satisfying at all. And these two get an ending? Titus, Emperor of Nevin, Helga loyal to herself. Helga left Titus shortly after he was crowned emperor. Titus wrote Helga numerous times asking for forgiveness, but she never replied. Titus forever felt guilty and insecure. Also not a satisfying ending at all. Lara the young sage and Marlon helpful horseman. The young couple matured and were wed years later. Wow. They traveled with Vernon to help the orphans for many years, until an event changed the course of their lives? Excuse me, what event? What are you talking about? Oh wait, we're done? Was that really all my units? Okay, 16 years later. Titus. It appears that the bandits are threatening the Osturk people down at the border. Is this the Vision Quest? The Osturk? You mean the cave folk? Some say they are savages, but they are my people all the same. Send a force out to deal with the bandits. My forefathers never paid much mind to them, and history books speak of their oppression. I will seek to end this through a display of good faith. The first of many, 16 years later? We will bridge the gap that divides the people, and bring Nevinese of all stripes closer, as one united empire. Yes, Emperor Titus. I will share the news with their envoy and prepare the troops to assist. Excellent, thank you. Do you have anything else to report? What of Storch? Yes, I received word about the whereabouts of Storch. Emperor Titus, he was last seen in Rask, our scouts say. Although he seems to be maintaining a low profile. Tracking him down will be challenging. I see. He was my dear companion those years ago. How foolish I was to toss away that friendship. Alas, time marches on, does it not? Ah, forgive my musings. Are we to continue the search for him? No, we can move on. He truly was serious about staying away from here. How I want to apologize for my crass behavior. But perhaps it is befitting of the situation. The Emperor kowtows to no one, am I wrong? Indeed, Emperor Titus. Additionally, I do come bearing other news. So you do? Then speak, my good man, speak away. I have a report from the physician about the harem. And? Nothing. None of the women are currently with child. I see. Thank you for the report. By your leave. This report? So, it's true then. I suppose the chance of my legacy, it will not live on. I will be the first and last Emperor Titus. Oh no, is this Horvath? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. But what if there was an heir, Emperor Titus? What? Who goes there? Show yourself. Well, it has been quite some time, has it not, Emperor Titus? My, how grandiose you've become in your new home. Horvath, what do you want? I desire many things, Emperor Titus, but that is not for you to know. But I can tell you something I've learned, Emperor Titus. You speak of your condition and inability to produce a child. If it was learned I was unable to produce an heir, my rule would be thrown into question. This, you fiend, exploitation. Exploitation of an ailing man. True cruelty. I think cruelty is what that's supposed to be. True cruelty is boundless. You wound me, Emperor Titus. I don't wish to harm you. I wish only to help. I'd not be so petty to waste my time venturing here, only to sling insults without merit. It would be uncouth. No, I come presenting information. Perhaps information you'd be keen to learn, Emperor Titus. Information, you say? Is it dire? Go on. With this newfound news of yours, my Emperor, I suspect this detail will be of even greater import. But your lineage will not end with you, Emperor Titus. In fact, it is alive and well. What? You say yourself above petty remarks, and yet you stoop so low. Unbelievable. I will call the guards and My, such anger. If you call the guards, your secret is as good as out. Extortion! I will not be controlled by such games. But you will, Emperor Titus. Your rule is legitimate, yes, but you still have enemies. The people of the defeated lands suffer at your ordinance. To hand Nabokov and Horshad's fates to Sigurd and Lori, states that are now but colonies in your own dominion. There would be many who'd be happy to see you fall. I can guarantee that, and not to mention, without the promise of a future heir, those who pledge loyalty to you may turn their blades, to remove the Emperor to foster stability, the dynasty you were denied. Fiend, you speak falsehoods, liar among liars, a traitorous worm beyond redemption. I will take no threats from such a lowly man. Keep squawking, Emperor Titus, it will be your undoing. I suppose your heir will also have to die. The Empire embroiled in war yet again. No, I cannot allow my people to suffer. Then you do well to listen, Emperor Titus. For this heir, while of your blood, may not be loyal to you. Perhaps they challenge you for the right to sit atop the throne. It's not going to be like Lara, is it? An heir of mine I would love without condition. To have a son or daughter to call my own. While my aims are preservation, I yearn to be a strong father. A model to my child, whomever they may be. With the kindness I'd show them. Why challenge me? It may not be that they would challenge you in battle, but they may challenge your authority. And the weight of the crown you wish to make them wear. It may be rejected, tossed aside. Not all yearn to perch atop a throne as you do, clutching at it with your talons. Some would prefer to enjoy the simpler pleasures in life. To men like you and I, what pleasure is there greater than power? No, this cannot be. Who is the child? Tell me. Tell me or I will separate your head from your shoulders. Now you see it, do you? Took you long enough. The child. She is more familiar to you than you would know. A daughter. A beautiful, beautiful daughter. So I am a father. But how do you know? I will tell you. But first, you must make a promise. A favor I must ask of you, my Emperor. I have little choice than to accept. If the word of my condition gets out, the Empire will be at war. My life, my authority, all at risk. I cannot allow this to happen. So please, if you offer me salvation, tell me, what is it? The royal blood that flows through your veins. It has an aura. Practitioners of powerful elder magic such as I. We can see this. We can sense the mythic properties of bloodlines, and I have found a match to you, my Emperor. She has traveled with you for a time. She's also a student of the anima magics. It's Lara! Surely, you know to whom I refer to, Emperor Titus. No. Could it be? Young Lara is my daughter? But that would mean Esfer. No, it all makes sense now. That was how she was so familiar to me. It was but a hazy night in my youth, but now, it all makes sense. I'm glad we are aligned, Emperor Titus. I'd recommend you send a messenger for her. That was the event that was talking about with Marlon and Lara. Okay, it's making sense now. But first, the conditions of our deal. As ashamed as I am of my actions, I am a man of my word. I will do the favor. There is something of great import to me. It resides in Mahala in the castle of Queen Akela. Of great import. For the future of my line and to ensure peace, I am left with no choice. Go on. Then let us begin. Oh no, he turned red! Oh man. Great job, Pandan and friends. I don't know why someone wasn't happy with the ending. I guess just because there's going to be a sequel and they're like not happy about it. I don't know if it's my emulator causing these like visual things or if that's just how it's supposed to look. But wow, that was Vision Quest. I don't know if there's more after these credits. I thought Storch was gonna die, so I still don't know why someone like said they weren't really a fan of the ending. Again, my guess is maybe they just wanted it to be fully resolved and it's not. In fact, I mean, I can see why they're a little annoyed because it seems to just be repeating the same problems, which is Festin had a secret that he wasn't really Festin, and Horvath took advantage to get what he wanted. Titus has a secret. Horvath's using it to get what he wants, so it's just kind of following the same thing, and we're gonna have to like overthrow Titus or figure out what's going on. I did have fun. I had a lot of fun. That was really fun. I don't really have a lot of feedback to give. I mean, Act 3 was pretty rough, but I also just know that I'm bad, so I don't think I'd really suggest any sort of changes to Act 3. If you love someone, tell them. Good message. Okay, well that explains why Esper was so weird after all. Thank you, Pandan and friends. All right. Okay, I guess. Okay, well this is kind of... Okay, I'm gonna save state really quick because I can't see my cursor and I don't want to hit no. So... Oh, you guys can't even see this, the save state menu. It's not really that important. Oh, okay, I can only move like right or left, so never mind. I really didn't have to save state it. Yes, I'll accept the side quest. We're not done, I guess. Endgame X Dark Past? Oh, boy, I don't know what's going on now. I still think there's going to be a sequel or something, maybe. But hey, let's read this and get to the prep screen. This is kind of like a whole episode length anyway, so... Here we go. Orbro, shortly after Emperor Titus is crowned. So this is our party. Not as many as I would have hoped, but it will have to do. Oh, these are the people that disappeared. Wasn't Duck supposed to be coming with you, Gunnar? No, he went back on his word. I do not fault him. We have traveled quite far unseen by the Order. It is better this way to move in a small group. Yes, we know you like to do things yourself, Gunnar. We should be fine whether he's here or not. Now then, we are approaching one of their outposts. If my reports are correct, this is where we will find it. Tanma Ostraca, the famed Dark Blade itself. Call me a lunatic, but I can almost feel its presence. Surely I can't be the only one feeling as such. No, I feel it too. Okay, it really is like all the people that went missing or whatever. Albeit, it's hard to distinguish between the brutal cold. Orbro is not a forgiving land, this much is true. There is a reason we operated here for so long. There is also a reason the blade is kept in this place. Yes, it's been days since we've seen anyone. I don't feel a thing, but I trust you all on it. Just let me know when we're getting close. We are near. Gunnar is correct. Look there. It looks like a temple? Even Otili's here? Oh god. Kind of a funny looking building if you ask me. No one was asking. You, Otili. Wow, okay, Cassius. Nevertheless, you are correct. This funny building is a temple. At least it serves as one. It is also a fort. A fort? So we'll need to sneak around guards? There's 6 of us. How many folks could be here? Okay, so Otili became a spy, and that's why she was, like, never seen again. Freya became mayor, but was like, this isn't for me, and she left. And yeah, Cassius and Gunnar we saw. I don't remember Radislav disappearing, because his was all about, like, writing, like, about the adventure. And then who was the 6th? Tien. Yeah, he also disappeared. Okay, there's 6 of us. How many folks could be here? May I remind you that Horvath stole the Dark Blade. His faction of Dark Mages is fractured off. He operates in the shadows, using his terrible power and his secrecy to keep others at bay. I predict the fort will not be well guarded. Good. We will take back the Dark Blade. We will then use it to end him. To be clear, the Dark Blade is not a requirement to slay him. He isn't some fairy tale dragon. He is but a man. However, the power of the blade combined with a wielder like him, it would only lead to our doom. Heck, I don't like the sound of that one bit. Me neither. Well, ladies, you're in luck. We prepare to strike, silently and swiftly. We'll grab the sword and return it to its place. The rightful place being? What would stop you from becoming Horvath? I have not the power to wield the blade. While Horvath's magical knowledge rivals my own, his skill in swordplay far eclipses mine. I was never one for swing sticks around, you know. Supposed to be swinging. In exchange, I can have Custer. A fair trade, no? He is pretty cute, even if he is a phantom. Enough. I would like to get started, now. They will sense us if we keep prattling. Does everyone know your positions? You asked me here to help with doors and locks. I'm happy to oblige. You're paying me more than I ever dreamed, so I can't complain. I know you told me you tried to find Esper, but I'll try my best in her stead. Yes, I am ready. Show us where to go. Very well, let's begin. Oh, do I not get a prep screen? I brought you all a few things. Use them wisely, it is all we have. Oh no. This is gonna be rough. I have Gunnar and Cassius very powerful, everyone else sucks. Because I didn't use them. And I also don't get my inventory from the past. He's probably not even gonna be good enough to use the Seraphim. All of this and no desserts. Gunnar, you aren't much of a host. Eat your damned cake later. I care not for your sense of humor. I can sense people inside. We must be cautious. Don't let yourself get captured or die. You hear me? But of course. It looks like I'm assuming intuition was correct at least. Seems Horvath is mobilizing his loyal followers elsewhere. Perhaps that bodes well for us. Only his most loyal would stay back to guard this place. Good. Now is the time to strike. Okay, well, I'm just gonna save state it here. And, this is some cool music. So yeah, I'm just bare bones weapons. Okay, he can use the Seraphim at least. Bare bones team. Did it at least like carry over their stats? Like I know I gave Gunnar, yeah, okay. Well, I have Gunnar and Cassius I can rely on for the most work. Tien, I don't even remember being level 15. Maybe they buffed him. I don't know how this worked at all. I mean, to me it seems like they just stayed in the same position they were already at. Alright, well, I guess we are not done. I am gonna be doing some endgame stuff. I mean, even if they succeed in getting the Dark Blade, we know Horvath isn't dead because we just saw the future of him manipulating Titus, so that kind of sucks. But hey, I guess we've still got a little bit more game to play, so we'll see what happens. I mean, I still think there's going to be a sequel, although I don't have any information about that. But yeah, I really enjoyed Vision Quest. I know we're not done, but that was a great time. We'll see how much I suffer through this, because I'm using units that I don't have any experience with, except for Gunnar and Cassius, so yeah, but hey, that's another episode length, so I'll take it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, I'm assuming you enjoyed the episode, so consider leaving a like and subscribing to join the Small Crit Club, and I will see you all next time. And don't forget, leave me suggestions for what games to play after Vision Quest, since we've got to be very close to being done with this. Anyway, bye!